Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome all back to Dominant Mets Nation and our New York Mets advance. We advance to the NLCS down to essentially four teams. Four teams will have the chance to win a World Series, and our New York Mets have put themselves in a position to be one of them. And I will tell you this. It has been a long, very difficult road, but this team has found a way, a new hero almost every night. But at the end of the day, this whole magical run started essentially with one man. One man has done the amazing, has done the impossible. This entire organization has transformed into, dare I say, a winner? A winner and potentially a perennial winner. And this team, and I've said this, I've made predictions on this early on. If this season goes right, would strike fear into the entire MOB, because now you have a team on the rise who is not afraid of October baseball. The thing is, as this team advances from the wild card to the division series, we get more dangerous and more dangerous. Why, you ask? Our players, Francisco Lindor, Pete Alonso, our pitching staff, Quintana, Manaya, we are oozing with confidence and belief. Our goal, our only goal, whether people believe it or not, and there were many folks who did not believe it, but this team continues to believe in themselves. And it was said by Francisco Lindor, Lindor, why did you not get overexcited when you hit that grand slam? Why? Everybody else would have went out of their mind. Because he said, we did not achieve our goal. And I love that. Act like you've been there. And the Mets have one goal. That goal is to win a World Series. Folks, I know we have the New York Mets. We have been used to things essentially falling off a cliff, but we are in a position where our team is elite and we can beat anyone on any given day. Now, we just knocked off the Philadelphia Phillies, but I'll tell you this, our New York Mets stepped up, and they stepped up in a big way. We needed to win that game 4. I didn't want to go back to Philadelphia. I didn't want to face Zach Wheeler. We know how that went in game 1, although we did end up pulling it out. You don't want to hang your season on that. So the Mets took care of business. That, yesterday, and actually before I get to, the video and the main premise, I just want to say this. Very important. I was absent the last couple of days. I was paying attention to our New York Mets, of course, but, I live in Central Florida, and I just want to send out thoughts and prayers to everyone who was affected by Hurricane Milton. I know in my area, we were preparing. We were preparing, boarding up houses. Actually, as we speak, we have, there's search and rescues in other towns around me. So there's been heavy flooding. So anybody who's affected, that is the most important thing right now. I just want to make sure that everybody gets, the right hope, and I'll send whatever I can do, my prayers, my wishes that everybody's fine. Okay, so back to the fun stuff. Okay, so that being said, well, let's get back into our video. Mets miraculous. As always, continue the theme of miraculous. And if you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, please support our channel. Like, subscribe. We love our New York Mets here. We always love our New York Mets. This thick and thin. Okay, so yesterday didn't start off, it didn't start off like I thought. But here's the thing. The Mets had a strategy, a game plan, like they've enacted throughout the whole series against the Phillies. And you know what? The Mets against the Phillies, we essentially beat them a couple weeks ago. We found a way to get their number. We found a way to shut down their offense. We took 3 out of 4 from the Phillies before the season ended. Now we essentially take 3 out of 4 again. So in the last 8 games, if I've done my math right, we've won 6 out of the last 8. I was never afraid of the Phillies. I said a couple weeks ago, even when the Phillies were ranked the #1 organization or team in baseball, I said, that's foolish. That's foolish. They're not. They're overrated. They may be good, but they're not the best. And we've shown they're not the best. They were heavily beatable. That's what I said before, and obviously we've proven that now. In the first couple innings against Ranger Suarez, we saw there was a clear goal up and down the lineup from Lindor, Vientos, Nimmo. You work the count. You work the count. You make Suarez, Ranger Suarez, throw as many pitches as possible. You make things difficult, and you could see they ran up the count in a tremendous way. Mark Vientos, give this man credit, emerging as a superstar right in front of our eyes. Unbelievable. And you love the mix of veterans, mix of young players. It just puts a smile to your face. You know, starting off in that first inning with the Vientos double, Brandon Nimmo walks, and Pete Alonso. You know, and I got to say, things are coming together for Pete Alonso. He's going the other way. He's taking what the pitchers are giving to him. And to think about Pete, you don't got to swing for the fences. You're one of the few guys in baseball who don't have to over-exude yourself with a swing, because you are that strong where you can take a ball on the outside part of the plate and you can launch it in any part of the right side of the outfield. So, Pete Alonso is getting within himself, playing within himself. He is calming down. And that's what I said about this team becoming dangerous. The more confidence they gain, the more comfortable they become at the plate. And you can see it up and down the lineup. Early on, like I said, we had the approach, work the count. I mean, we've had our opportunities in the first and second inning. We kept getting guys on, loading the bases. Iglesias, JD Martinez. We were having trouble with the Ranger Suarez curveball. The Ranger Suarez curveball, I'll give him credit. Although, he wasn't locating other pitches, that pitches had a lot of movement. And, Iglesias will tell you, he was chasing it like crazy. And you would think that, those first couple innings when we left multiple runners on base would come back to bite you, would really come back to bite you. But that's when a guy like Quintana, who I don't know, this guy has transformed into an elite pitcher the last 7 games, starting from late August, another 5 strong innings, allowing only 2 hits to a supposedly dynamic Phillies lineup, striking out 6. This guy has become nasty, unhittable in the last 6-7 games. I mean, I always say, for a team to go on a World Series run, you don't have to have the most talent. Your guys just have to get hot at the right time and believe in themselves. And we've had basically good pitching performance after good pitching performance. But a guy like Quintana, who's not known to be an elite starter, he's not even known to be like, a top 2 or top 3. He was essentially our number 4, our number 5, who has come on in a big way. And you give Carlos Mendoza even more credit because he has had confidence in this man. Now, I started off the video by saying this all came together because of one man, and that man is David Stearns. David Stearns, the architect of this whole team, putting the manager in place. We were all crying because Craig Counsell wasn't offered that big contract to run this team, but it wasn't a fit. It was not a fit. Not that he wouldn't have worked out, but Carlos Mendoza brings a different dynamic to this team. All the players are comfortable and they believe in themselves. I feel Mendoza has empowered each and every player to feel confident in themselves and know that each one of them provides a special dynamic, a special quality. And that's the beauty of Mendoza. So Quintana's been masterful. The Mets, are gaining confidence, oozing confidence. And, I have heroes abound. No matter what the big moment, and Lindor's had several big moments. a couple weeks ago against the Atlanta Braves, and now as recently of that big grand slam that he had yesterday in the sixth inning. The Mets were down. How many times do you say this? And I heard on the broadcast when I was listening to, I believe it was on Fox. The game was on Fox or FS1. So Alex Rodriguez was saying the Mets love playing from behind. We absolutely love it. And Alex is like, as weird as it may sound, every time the Mets are behind, they in their minds they must be thinking, we got the opponent right where they want them, because it seems to energize this ball club. It seems to energize us in a big way. So we were behind 1-0, and we're only behind 1-0 because of the great performance by Quintana. But that 4 runs was all really we needed. All we needed. And the Mets bullpen would kind of shut the door in today's game. We had a rough outing the other day, but we took care of business when it mattered. And, Peterson, you give him all the credit in the world. And, you might want to give a little more credit to Mendoza, because instead of inserting him in the starting lineup, a guy stepping up like Quintana has allowed a guy like Peterson to go in the bullpen. And, the team is just getting stronger. You have potentially McNeil coming back for our next series. Obviously, you have Senga getting stronger, getting more confidence. And, he's going to be able to throw close to 60 pitches potentially the next time he throws. Also, the Mets, by not going to a game 5 and not tugging on our heartstrings, we have a couple more extra days to rest. And no team in baseball has deserved that more than us. I mean, I hope it doesn't come back to bite us, because we have been so much in that flow, but I don't think it will. I think this will give us a chance to actually recharge and in some way be better, because whether we go up against the Padres, whether we go up against the Dodgers, we're going to have to score. You see the way the games are turning out. Besides yesterday, the Dodgers, they blew out the Padres, but we see the Padres and the Dodgers both been able to put up runs. The Mets have been shutting out lineups, but, just in case the lineup has been hot, we'll have to stay hot. So at the end of the day, Lindor, money man. And 1 or 2 years ago, 1 or 2 years ago, everybody was saying $34.1 million. What a ripoff. The guy's robbing us. But with 7 years left on that contract, just this year alone makes that contract worth it. And if the Mets somehow win a World Series this year, that contract, that move that we built the team around Lindor this year, will have been all worth it for us to get that World Series. And how fitting would it be for us to win a World Series within the 5-year window? Now, I feel like saying this is jinxing us, but also, I want to talk about it. I do want to talk about it. And last but not least, the unkillable Mets. And this is what's really been going around, the moniker, the unkillable Mets, as exuded by Alex Rodriguez. Right when you think you have the Mets right where you want them, game 1, Zach Wheeler, top of the 8th inning, Mets down 1-0. Boom, we explode off the bullpen, Hoffman. And the Phillies bullpen supposedly were supposed to be good, dominant. No, hasn't happened. The Mets have taken advantage of the Phillies bullpen and has essentially slapped them around. So the Mets, 1-0 yesterday, come back, losing to the Braves a couple weeks ago, come back, losing to the Brewers. Alonso made sure that we advanced. And I'll tell you this, if it was swatch, and we were playing, if it was swapped and we were playing the Brewers this round, I think the round would be so much harder. The Phillies, for some reason, we just match up well against them. I surmise, my opinion is because we are very familiar with them. We're familiar with our surroundings in Philadelphia. The raucous crowd does not bother the New York Mets. That environment doesn't bother us. Frankly, we're very used to it. We're very comfortable there. We're close to home. It's very beneficial for us to be playing in Philadelphia. That's why I wanted this path so damn bad. So let me know what you think. Like, subscribe. I think that we have a very good chance to go all the way. And I'm not just saying that. I am not just saying that. There's something special, something magical about this team. Like, every day there's something new. You don't have when you don't have to rely on one or two players, that is what makes a complete team. That is what makes this team special. But anybody could step up on any given day. So, that is what I got for you today. Let's continue this magical run. Let's go Mets. Again, my heart goes out to anybody who was affected by the storm. Like I mentioned, my area, we did prepare as much as possible, boarding up the windows and all. So, we were, it was pretty, it was something to think about. All right. Well, thank you. Have a great day. And I will speak to everybody very, very soon.